In a world where everyone tries to sell you ridiculously expensive yet largely garbage products, the Ball family sits at the top. And speaking of overpriced garbage, for those of you who have been keeping up with the Balls, you should know by now that Lavar is still a it. Oh, and LaMelo just got a signature shoe. Okay, so when Lonzo first announced his signature shoes, I'll admit it, the video I made was probably a bit too harsh. So this time around, in LaMelo's case, given that he's younger, I'll try my best to take it even further. Let's do this. Before we jump right in, starting from this video, I will be double uploading every week on Wednesday and Saturday. So please make sure to have post notifications on. That is very important. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'll be honest, at age 16, I was busy doing nothing. I went to school like every other loser. So yeah, I might be a bit salted that LaMelo has his own shoe at 16. And yeah, I might be a bit salted that LaMelo has a Lambo at 16. And I might be a bit salted that LaMelo is a huge basketball star at 16. Yo, real talk, LaMelo is out here. His playstyle is cancer, but he's popping, no doubt. As for Lavar, he's always popping Xanax pills. Popping Xanax pills. The man is and has been on drugs. Before we get into the main headlines, I'd like to say I almost congratulated Lavar. Almost. Because the truth is, he has his oldest son driving a Rolls, his middle son driving a Ferrari, and his youngest son in a Lambo. This is actually shocking because I thought LiAngelo would be given a Honda Civic or something. No offense to LiAngelo, but come on. So like I said, I almost congratulated the Ball family for all of this. Until I realized, oh wait, the money used to buy these cars came from brainwashed 12-year-olds. Lavar didn't just take advantage of Lonzo's fan base, he straight up robbed an entire nation. And he's back for more. So you are now looking at LaMelo Ball's new shoes, and immediately you realize Lavar has the creativity of a pet rock. No, seriously, even the name, Melo Ball 1? Gee, I wonder how many days it took to come up with that one. I mean, given the short wiring of Lavar's brain, it probably did take a while, I'm sure. Now, let's talk about the headline itself. LaMelo Ball might be saying farewell to college eligibility with his new shoe. Okay, so unless some major change occurs with the rules in the course of the next year, LaMelo Ball will not go to UCLA. I hope I'm as straightforward as possible with that. But for reference, let's hit up the actual NCAA rulebook. Can a college-bound student be paid for appearing in a commercial or receiving an endorsement? If a college-bound student athlete is paid for appearing in a commercial or receives an endorsement before he or she is accepted at an NCAA member school, his or her eligibility could be affected. Okay, so this doesn't sound too bad for LaMelo. There seems to be 50-50 chances for his college eligibility. Not too bad. Only problem is, there's more. If the college-bound athlete was chosen for the commercial or other event for reasons other than athletic ability, he or she may be compensated. Well, LaMelo was chosen for athletic ability that I'm not so sure he has, and that's the nail. Let's put it simply. When it comes to LaMelo's signature shoe, Lavar had a choice. Either make the right decision or the wrong decision. And take a wild guess, guys. A totally wild guess. If there's any player who needs to go to college, it is LaMelo Ball. If there's any player who needs to learn that shots like these are gonna get you jumped one day, it's LaMelo Ball. If there's any player who needs a different haircut, it's LaMelo Ball. But seriously speaking, LaMelo could truly become elite with some fundamentals and defensive knowledge, all of which he can learn at UCLA. So anything that can potentially jeopardize his eligibility is the wrong move. And we just went over that. But you know what? Forget the technical side of things. The shoe is ugly, okay? The shoe is, for crying out loud, trash. They say you learn from your mistakes. Well, Lavar somehow managed to take the outline of Lonzo's shoe and come up with an even uglier product. In other words, first he took Kobe's shoe and made it much uglier. Then he took Lonzo's shoe and made it much uglier. How is that even possible, you ask? I don't know, but when you're an idiot, you're an idiot. Now, what does this all mean for LaMelo's basketball future? Before we get into that, it is important you understand Lavar's master plan here. Lavar plans that in 2 years, either the NCAA will change the rules because he's just so entitled, right? Or the NBA will change the rules and allow kids to go to the league straight out of high school. LaVar is utterly confident in this, and it should terrify everyone, because logical people think there is no way LaMelo should skip college. Meanwhile, not so logical people think LaMelo is on the same tier as a 17-year-old LeBron. LaVar is a not so logical but rather retarded person, and I have no doubt that he truly believes LaMelo is on a level where he doesn't need collegial development. LaMelo is not Kobe. LaMelo is not LeBron. This entire big baller brand thing has shifted their perceptions of themselves. They are so celebrated and exposed to the world across all social medias that they're losing track of their actual levels of talent and themselves. I'm not even joking. Can someone please tell me which types of families get their own reality TV shows? The types of families that don't deserve it. And now that you know LaVar's plan, this is what's gonna happen to LaMelo. He's gonna most likely play overseas, which is kinda cool, you know? And maybe he and his brother can even be on the same team. Cause that's also exactly where LiAngelo's headed.
Were you really better than Rob Gronkowski, a tight end?
At my time, yes. I was faster, stronger, jump higher. Come on.
But the argument, he's
you've seen what he did, and you've seen what I did, which is, you gotta have the right coach get behind you and let you loose. But I was an athlete.
No,
I'm top notch in my heyday. I know he wasn't stronger than me. I know he wasn't faster than me. I know he couldn't catch better.
So if you put
so
him,
I consider myself better. But in my heyday, you put me in front of him, I'll lace him up. That's how good I was.
That's pretty good.
You got to be good. Just to say, man, I was 270 pounds with a 48-inch vertical, benching 500 pounds, running a 4.5, 4.6. Come on.
Now, on a serious note, let me list some players who were sent overseas. Stephon Marbury, Marshawn Brooks, Jimmer Fredette, J.R. Smith, the list goes on. And I don't know, that looks like a list LaMelo seems to fit right in on. But I have to give some credit to LaMelo in this scenario because his game is literally tailor-made for overseas basketball. What I mean by this is he would average 50. LaMelo Ball would average 50, if not more points a game in China. That's usually how it works for long-range shooters. I mean, I don't even want to imagine what Steph would do overseas. Oh wait, he'd get blocked.
Oh my goodness.
So Brandon Jennings is basically a perfect example to use here. And surprisingly enough, he also reminds me of LaMelo a lot. And I don't think it's for any good reasons. But for those unaware, Jennings was ineligible to go to the NBA from high school because of the rules. But he was also ineligible to go to college because of the rules. But don't worry, it wasn't because he had his own signature shoe in high school. It was because he failed the SATs. Honestly, I never knew that or the rules about the SATs. Looks like there's two reasons why LaMelo won't be eligible for college.
Lonzo Ball, you funny looking mother. You said that Nas ain't hip hop? My man, you grew up in Chino Hills. What the f know about hip hop? That's that big baller brand of bullshit. Putting out $495 sneakers for the culture and then talking about Nas ain't hip hop. See, you're the type of motherfucker gonna be famous for the next 20 years and we're never gonna see you with a chick. You're the type of motherfucker who thinks that Malibu's Most Wanted and white chicks are gangster films. Nas ain't hip hop. This is coming from the business mind of a mother who makes his own sneakers but then doesn't wear them when everybody's watching. I get it. You're young, dumb, and full of cum. And when you show up to your first playoff game listening to that mumble rap bullshit, rocking a purse, I don't want everybody to freak out. Nas ain't hip hop. That's like saying Dominique Wilkins, Bernard King, and Sean Kemp ain't NBA.
Now, we all know LaMelo has gotten criticized for being a cherry picker. Dude, he almost cherry picked 100 points in a single game. That's ridiculous and so as I was watching LaMelo's commercial, when I saw this clip, I was getting ready to craft some type of clever cherry-picking joke until I realized this was done on purpose. They fucked with us on purpose. Obviously, LaVar doesn't have the requisite satire needed to come up with such a thing, so whoever was behind the scenes, well played.
Life is sweet.
That being said, what are the overall thoughts on the Melo Ball ones? Don't buy them. Those are my thoughts. But even then, surprisingly enough, I'm higher on these shoes than much other people are. Now this is funny. This is truly funny. I'd honestly cut them some slack though, because the shoe isn't totally garbage, so 2 stars is probably a bit low. I'd raise it in just a bit. Now, shoes aside, I think all of this just really solidified my argument as to why LaMelo won't even make the NBA. I thought under some extreme college coaching, he could potentially become a disciplined player. But considering he might be going in a different league after high school or most likely overseas, there's no way he gets the help his game needs. The worst part is, wherever he does go aside from college, he will dominate, kinda like he did in high school. And what does that mean? Well, he's not gonna want to change his playstyle. Why would he? He gets to drop 50 points every other week. That's the main reason he continues to play like such a tool bag in high school. Because it works. As soon as LaMelo faces adversity, he will know to switch up styles. But he hasn't seen anything like it yet, and most likely won't ever see it going forward. It's almost a shame. The dude was almost the next Steph Curry.
No. What the type of pants are these? Get the get the white sock. Horrible jacket. He got a horrible jacket on, so that shit mesh. Get out of
Okay, so before we wrap up, Lavar and Lonzo are in the news again. And maybe it could be something decent this time. Maybe it could be something that won't piss off millions of people.
no.
I legitimately don't even have the energy required to talk about this. I just wanted to show you guys the latest when it comes to the Ball family, and as you can see, there's nothing really new. Pretty much the same old severe retardation. No, really, there's nothing to see here. Just one cunt disrespecting a legend, and another cunt disrespecting a legend. Seriously, I might save this for the next video because the level of stupidity behind these statements deserves a fully calculated turd on their face. Who knows, in Lonzo's case, might even end up making him look better. Now, honestly, I don't mean to be this much of a right now, but seriously, his 6-year-old fans won't get it, but the disrespect is pretty serious here.
That's the goal for the next 2 months while we do this.
What?
We're gonna get zealous and some real hip-hop.
That's not gonna happen. Y'all outdated, man. Don't nobody listen to Nas no more.
As for Lavar, this quote is definitely being saved for the next video because I'm cooking him regardless. But in Lonzo's case, I just don't think he should be making any more enemies, especially with the position he's in. It's well documented how NBA superstars can't wait to score on him as much as possible. So he has no room for pissing people off for no reason at all. Seriously, he could have done without saying this statement. And it wasn't the first time he's had a cancerous opinion on music.
Real hip hop is Migos, Future. Hey. Yeah.
We all live in Henry's face. I'm a